Okay, good buongiorno, good morning. I am so excited today because we have this wonderful, beautiful girl. She's like a granddaughter to me. Comes from Italy, and she's going to show us how she makes her
tiramisu.
And tell us about your father.
So my father started a little chain of traditional food. I come from Modena, Italy, in the north, where they make balsamic vinegar and Ferraris. And what he does is a little bread that is called tigella that you fill out with prosciutto and cheese. And he's growing more and more every day, so hopefully he'll come to the United States soon.
And you have to say your full name in Italian for me.
Okay, my name is Elettra Fucelli.
Elettra Puccelli, but we call her LA for short. Okay, now we're ready to go.
So the first thing we're going to do is mix eggs and sugar. We're going to need 5 egg yolks and 6 tablespoons of sugar. So I already have 4 egg yolks here. So we're going to open another one.
That makes 6 egg yolks. You need a mappina, that's it.
Yeah.
You just need a mappina.
Thank you. And then we're going to be adding 6 tablespoons of sugar. We have it over here.
Yeah.
Tablespoon, yeah.
You know, it became so popular in the United States, tiramisu. Everybody loves how do they say it?
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu. But over here they say tiramisu.
So we're basically covering all the eggs with the sugar. And then we're just going to whisk everything together.
And Ellie, this is your dad's recipe, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's her dad's special recipe from Italy.
And when he came to the United States, he actually had a little business running while he was studying. Yeah, he made tiramisus. And he sold them to various Boston restaurants.
Wow.
Okay. Once everything is mixed, we can add a tablespoon or a teaspoon of rum. What it does is it kind of helps to cover the flavor of the egg. Yeah. And we whisk again, making sure everything is together.
Get this out of your way. Is that all you need? 1
Yeah,
tablespoon?
just 1 tablespoon.
Wow.
Okay, so we have to whisk until we have little ribbons in this mixture.
Now, what does it mean, little ribbons?
It means that it has to be all well incorporated, and like all the sugar needs to be incorporated with the egg, so that you don't have like little crumbs of sugar.
Okay.
So it's really important that one does it with a whisk instead of an electric one, because if you do it with the electric one, you can overcook the egg and make it too soupy. So what we mean by ribbons is that when you pick it up with the whisk, when it comes down, it's supposed to make little ribbons.
Like thin streams.
Yes.
And it gets too frothy if you do it with a regular egg beater. So you have to use your muscles with this. Make sure you whip it good.
Yep. So once we're done with this, we put it in a bigger bowl.
Okay.
Because now we have to go and add mascarpone. We need about 1 libra of mascarpone. Let's get it all.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go ahead and put some mascarpone. As I said, a Libra, it should be okay. You can buy it at most supermarkets.
Mascarpone is so delicious.
It is.
Really good. Now this you do by hand also?
Yes.
Okay. See, I'm learning myself. You've got 2 of them, huh?
Yep, because each of them are 8.8 ounces, so we're going to use
Actually,
almost
16 ounces.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're not going to put everything in here. And again, we have to mix it all together.
Now, if my kids were here when they were small, they would say, "Can I lick? Can I lick?"
This is also a muscle job.
Yeah.
So we keep whisking until all the mascarpone is incorporated with the eggs. It has like a pale lemon yellow color. We just keep mixing.
Looks good already.
Yeah. So this is all
That
set.
was 5 egg yolks, right?
Yep, 5 egg
I
yolks.
think I made a mistake. I said 6. It's 5 egg yolks.
So now the next step is going to be, we have to whip the heavy cream.
I have to get it out of the refrigerator.
It has to be very cold.
Yes.
So just take it out from the refrigerator right before whipping it. And we're going to need a half pint of it. It's about half of this.
I'll put it back.
Thank you.
Refrigerator.
Now, here is where we don't need the muscles and we can use the electric egg beater. And we just whip the cream until it becomes all fluffy. So once all the heavy cream is whipped, we can go ahead and put it into the egg mixture. Egg, sugar, and mascarpone. So we mix it in with a spatula. And back in my house, we call it il dito magico, the magic finger, because it helps you get everything out of the bowl.
What's that, the spatula?
Yeah.
The magic finger. That's something new I learned today.
So you take it off. And we go, sorry. And we just mix it in with the spatula. Make sure there's no crumbs or like
Lumps.
lumps. Yeah,
No lumps.
no lumps.
You
It's gonna
don't
take-
need this beater anymore?
Nope, just with the spatula.
Okay. Believe it or not, I've never made tiramisu. And all the things that I
Really?
cook, I've never made tiramisu.
Tiramisu in Italian actually means lift me up.
Is that what it means?
Yep.
Lift me up.
So when my dad started his little tiramisu business, he called it lift me up.
Is that right?
Back then, nobody knew what tiramisu was, though.
Yeah, I know. I think it's the espresso that gives you that lift me up.
Yeah, exactly.
But we got decaf because a lot of people can't take it. Their heart starts pounding with too much espresso.
So we just mix it all.
This is the dish I need. Pretty smooth now, huh?
Yep. Once everything is smooth, we're done mixing it all.
Yeah,
So this looks good.
looks delicious.
A lot of people like to eat this by itself too.
Oh, I know. They have it like a dessert custard dish.
Yes,
like that.
exactly. They just sometimes put a little bit of powdered cocoa on it and
Oh,
eat it as a dessert.
I can see where it must be delicious.
So this is all done. So the next step is going to be preparing the tiramisu. So what you need is a little container like this. I like it to be transparent so you can see the layers of the tiramisu.
Yeah, that's an 8x8 dish.
Yep. And we have to go ahead and have some lady fingers. So we have lady fingers.
And you can buy these in the Italian market.
Yeah,
Like Venta ravioli.
Yeah, even every supermarket now has them.
Oh.
But the best ones are obviously the ones that you find in the Italian supermarkets.
Okay.
Okay, so the other thing we need is espresso coffee or decaf espresso coffee. If you make 2 or 3 espresso, you leave them for a longer time so they're a little bit more diluted. And then what we're gonna go and do is take lady fingers and wet it in the coffee. And we have some espresso in a bowl where we have to make sure that we can fit the whole lady finger in it. We don't want to soak it. We just want to have a little dip real quick, just in and out, and then put it in the container.
We start with the bottom layer first, Ellie?
Yep. Okay, so we're gonna just go real quick, just a little bit, not too much.
Yeah.
And then we put it down,
Mm.
and we have to fill up the whole layer.
Yeah, because you don't want them to be soaking wet. You just want that espresso flavor on the outside of them, right?
Yeah. You want to try and keep the crunchiness of the lady finger.
Yes. And these you got in, you bought these in Whole Foods?
Yes, I did.
This is where she got them. Lady fingers in Whole Foods, and this is what there's 2 packages in each box, and this is what they look like.
So in Italy, lady fingers, they're actually from Sardinia. And
Are they?
Yes, my grandmother actually was born there. And when I was little, I loved we actually call them savoiardi.
Yeah.
That's what caught my attention in that box. It says lady fingers, but it also says savoiardi.
We went to Sardinia. It is so beautiful. It's like the Newport of Rhode Island. It's a lot of the natives of Italy, they go there on vacation because that's a real treat. It is absolutely gorgeous there.
It is.
You've been there, huh?
I have, yeah. My grandpa actually lives there now.
Oh my goodness, so beautiful. Now comes the good part.
Yeah. So once we're done covering the whole layer of the baking dish, we're gonna go ahead and put the mascarpone, egg, and sugar mixture on top of it for a thin layer. We don't want to make it too thin.
Those are fat ribbons.
Yeah. Want to make sure we cover it all. We can have a little bit of help from the spatula too. To make sure we cover every corner. And a little bit more.
How many layers actually do you have?
I think in this type of dish, 2 or 3 can come out. 2 or 3 layers of mascarpone and lady fingers. It depends on how thick you like your layers too. Then once we're done with this layer, we're going to go ahead and start another layer of lady fingers. Until it's all covered and we come to the top of the
All right.
bowl. So we can put 2 or 3 layers of ladyfinger and mascarpone, and once we're done, the last layer should be of mascarpone. And the finishing touch is going to be some cocoa powder on top of it, just a little bit, to cover the whole thing. So you just cover everything in cocoa powder, and this is the finished product. Then with the remainings of the mascarpone, you can just put it in a cup and sprinkle a little bit of cocoa powder on top of it. And it makes a great, easy dessert to serve. There you go.
And I'm going to put a cherry on it to make it look good. And this is the dry Hershey's baking cocoa that you have to use. All right, we're all done. And I'm going to lick this bowl after with the rest. Okay, here we are back, and I'm going to show you how to make this pepper biscuit. Little chips. They're so delicious. Everybody loves them. But first I want to tell you that the tiramisu is in the refrigerator, and it always has to be refrigerated because of the whipped cream. And I'm looking forward to tasting it. And this apron, LA took me from Italy. LA, what does it say?
It says the best restaurant is the one at Grandma's house.
Oh, isn't that cute? It's in Italian. The best restaurant is the one at Grandma's house, and believe me, that's true. So I made this, actually it's in page 187 in the Tutto Bene book. And I'll tell you how I named it Tutto Bene. Because I was in Italy, and my husband, Papa, was getting gas in the gas station. And it said, Tutto Bene. That was supposed to be high test. So I said, what a nice name to name a book. And that's why, because Tutto Bene means all good, just like the high test gas. So I did this last night. It's on page 187, pepper biscuit dough. And I already put it in the refrigerator, and it rose and everything. This one's all done. So now I'm greasing my pan, and because it's so dark, it's because I season it, because seasoned pans make better crust at the bottom. They get more crunchy because they're black. Actually, I gave some of my children my black pans because when they cook, they love it.
That's really interesting.
Yes. Even when you make a pizza, if your pan is turned seasoned and it turned black, a lot of Italian mothers out there know just what I'm talking about. All right, now this is the pepper biscuit dough, right? You can put that away for me. Now I'm going to spread this out on this cookie sheet like this. And I can use my rolling pin if I want to make it nice and even. Spreading it out. Where's that rolling pin? I'll try it. You want to make it right to a square. I might need a little flour on that. Just a little bit. Just a little flour just to help it roll it out.
Oh, it's really good already.
Yep, so this is going to be a nice square. You know, in Florida, you can't, when I go to Florida for the winter, you can't find pepper biscuits. They don't have them over there. I don't know if it's a northern thing or what, but it's not. You know, we have wine biscuits and pepper biscuits, and you don't see them in Florida. The first year I was in Florida, I couldn't even find the staples for St. Joseph's Day. They didn't even have them there. Now they have them.
Those are really good.
I know. They are. But how did you make them in Italy? Do you fry them, or do you make how do you make them, Ellie, in Italy, the staples? Do you know?
I've never made them, but I think they are fried, yeah.
Yeah, because over here, the American way, most of them, it almost is a cream puff dough, and that's how they make them here. It's like they shape them differently. Okay, so now I got this right here. This is what it's gonna look like. Yeah, I wanna get that even. If you got too much on one end, you can just patch it up. Very easy to patch up. So it'll be even. Now I'm going to get my pizza cutter. And all you do is go like this to make these little squares before they go in the oven. By the way, my oven is on 375. And you want them to get nice and hard and crunchy. So what I do is I shut the oven off and leave them in there for a while. That's how they can get nice, hard, and crunchy. Put these in a dish and serve them with a glass of wine or something. Oh, they are delicious.
This must be great for an aperitivo.
A what?
Aperitivo. In Italy, before we go to dinner, we have what we call aperitivo.
Like an appetizer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my favorite place, Italy. And Modena, isn't that where you get good balsamic vinegar?
Yeah.
That's the
The
best.
one and only.
The one and only, right. I'm going to put these in the oven now, and then I'll show you how I mix. Now I got all the squares. And they're going to get hot and crunchy. This is what they look like, see? Okay, now this recipe is on 187 pepper biscuits. And I'm going to start by putting this yeast I buy at BJ's, and there's two packages like this, and it's so much more inexpensive because it's like $4 something, and I keep it in the freezer all the time, and it works perfect. I keep it for years. So I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of yeast. That's considered like one of those little packages that you buy, Dutchman's yeast. I'm going to put fennel seed, a tablespoon of fennel seed, a tablespoon of anise seed, because I like the flavor of anise. What I have left in here, just enough. I'm going to put a tablespoon of black pepper, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Now, I'm going to mix this up with 1 cup, 1.5 cups of water, but it's got to be more on the cooler side than warm because it helps to rise it better. If it's too hot, it'll burn the yeast. So this is like room temperature water. That's 1. I got another 1/2 cup. That's 2. I'm going to stir this up with my wooden spoon. Stir it up with my wooden spoon. This is very easy to make. And now I put 1 cup of oil, mazola or canola. You can use olive oil also if you want. 1 cup of oil in there. And now I start adding my flour. This is how simple it is to make. So I stirred it all up. Now I'm going to put 4 cups of flour. You can put them in gradually if you want. So you know just how much you need. You may need less or you may need more. I'm going to start off with 2 cups and start stirring it up. Third cup. This is how easy it is to make pepper biscuits. They're so expensive in the store, in the markets and everything. This is my 4th cup. And that should do it. I'll mix this all together. And I'll mix it into a ball, cover it, and let it rise. I'm going to let this rise in the refrigerator. The one that I did with the pepper biscuits in the oven, I made that last night. See how easy and simple this is?
It's really easy.
Yeah, that's it. Look how easy, and it's beautiful, just beautiful. That was with the 4 cups of flour also. All right. Okay, this is what they look like. The edges do cook faster, so I'm going to take some of these edges off. Ellie, you want to grab some for me? And then I will shut the oven off, and I'll put the other ones back in until they get right, nice and hot and crispy. All right, now I'm going to show you this delicious dessert, and LA can explain more of it to you than I can, the name of it. But I'm scooping coffee ice cream in it. All right, LA, you want to say what it is?
So it's called affogato, which in Italian means drowning. So basically you put a scoop of ice cream of your favorite flavor. We're using coffee today. And then you just pour a little bit of espresso over it. And basically it's like the ice cream is drowning in espresso.
Delicious.
So you just pour a little bit. And then you enjoy.
Oh, wait a minute, I got something else to put on it. This ice cream's so hot. Okay, now watch what I have. This over here. How do you pronounce that?
Pirulina.
Pinolini. These are like, they have chocolate in them, right?
Oh,
As a dessert,
yes.
okay? We're going to take you to the table and show you everything that we made today. Oh, the tiramisu, we got to get it out.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are with our finished products. LA?
So we made tiramisu, and we used the remaining mascarpone to just make mascarpone and cocoa powder.
Yep. And these are my pepper biscuit chips. And they're nice and crispy and crunchy. And LA, you explain this.
The affogato.
Legato. What does it mean?
Drowning. It means
drowning. The espresso's drowning in the ice cream.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Ciao.
Alla prossima.
Alla prossima. Ciao.